WDHA, Rock of New Jersey, on the Queens of Noise, live from Sweet Vinyl Cafe. Also, Vixen Crying 2 from Soraya Zuzu is here taking photos as we are hanging out at Sweet Vinyl. And I pulled away from the counter for a moment Adam, who's the owner of Sweet Vinyl, over to the WDHA broadcast table. Because first of all, thank you so much for having us here and supporting women in rock and being a sponsor of the Queens of Noise show.
Thank you for coming here.
Yeah, it was such a fun Friday, and I love this space. And you know what I really love, and I wanted to make sure I got this in before we ended the broadcast today. I love that you open up the space to local talent. I know you have a band playing here tomorrow, The Extensions, because a friend of mine is the father of one of the people in the band, Becca's dad, and he reached out to me and he's like, you know, Becca's going to be there. Sweet Vinyl's such a cool place, going to be there with her band. And then you were saying that you also play in a band with Becca.
We just started 2 days ago.
That is incredibly cool. So everybody come out and see The Extensions tomorrow night. But talk to me about why you decided to open this space and have some local music here and showcase local talent. And besides that, if people do have music in their orbit and they would like to find a space to play in, how can they come to Sweet Vinyl and be able to do that?
Yeah, totally. Well, first of all, the idea to have bands here was an idea right from the beginning of opening the store. If we were going to have a place that was a retail space that also sold food, it seemed to make sense to have entertainment as well. I've been in bands for many years, so you know, it's always been important to me to try to find places where local bands can, you know, do their thing. There's kind of a captive audience because a lot of our regulars actually come and see the bands. We have bands every Saturday night, as you know. We're open till midnight.
Love that.
The Extensions, as you said, are coming tomorrow. They've been here once before, and tomorrow is their Saturday night is their sophomore show, and we love them. It's a great sort of indie pop band. As you said, Becca's one of the guitarists in the band. She's been a great supporter of the store. She comes here all the time, and she's just a lot of fun, and the band is awesome.
And you have such a great pedigree too, because you're a musician, and you were also a writer for Modern Drummer for many, many, many years.
Yeah,
which
many. Maybe one less many.
I always say that when people go, I listened to you for years and years and years and years. I go, one less years would be nice. But I mean, look, you don't get a gig like that by not knowing what you're doing. So you know, your music is coming out of the pores for you all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I was always a music fanatic. Played drums since high school in bands, and when the opportunity to work at Modern Drummer came along, I was a journalism major, William Patterson.
Hell yeah!
So it was like the perfect kind of gig to get. So I was there for many, many, many years, as you mentioned, and editorial director for the last 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was cool. I got to meet a lot of great drummers and do a lot of great interviews. And you know, when that gig dried up, this seemed to be the next logical step. And this is actually just as much fun as that was.
You're so at home here, and I think it's your energy too, with the great staff that you have and everything. It's your energy that makes this a great space.
Well, I appreciate that. The staff, I'm glad you mentioned them because they're a big part of this place. We basically rely on them to bring a lot of the tone to it, a lot of the ideas. Our manager Juliet is wonderful. She comes up with a lot of great ideas. The clothing that we sell over there.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, it's all brought to the store by her. Catalina's on right now. She's a barista and so much more. Everybody's got multiple jobs here. There's Robin, Tyler, Nicole. My daughter Luca works here in the summer. So everybody plays music. Everybody's a visual artist. There's just a lot of art going on.
Love that. I just feel creative just being in this space. So Adam, thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely, thank you.
It was such a great, fun afternoon. We're going to come back. We're going to wrap up the show. Do you want to open the WDHA box office now? Speaking of great female-fronted tours, we've got The Warning and Plush, and a cool new band called Holy Wars coming to Irving Plaza in New York City on Sunday, May 21st. Tickets via Ticketmaster.com. Give us a call at WDHA 973-292-1055. We'll hook you up with tickets.
Hey, it's Terrie Carr inviting you to join me weekdays for WDHA.
And then we'll come back, and then we're kind of done. And we're ready.
Thank you.
Good job out here. Adam's always good.
You pick up the phone. Give me a call at 973-292-1055. Hit me up via email, cc@wdhafm.com, or on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter too. And you can